Hello, hi Rachna.
Hi Namrata, how are you?
I'm good and I'm really excited to welcome you today's show.
Thank you so much. It's lovely that you have invited me to your show and I've been watching few of your videos. They are amazing.
Thank you. Pleasure to have you, Rachna. So, for the benefit of audience, I'll just give a brief background about Rachna. Rachna is an IT professional and now she's turned into a life coach. She's a spiritual healer and a tarot card reader. She's on a mission to help women find their identity, live life with a purpose, and increase self esteem. She has learned various healing techniques like wound healing, ancestral healing, karmic clearing, EFT, you name it. And she has a lot of knowledge in her kitty, and that she's going to share with us today. Rachna, I'm really excited for this.
Because I'm excited too.
Okay. Rachna, to start with, if you can give a brief idea about what does personal power mean to you, and how do you see that individuals should own up their personal power?
See, personal power is nothing but what is that power inside you. So every person has some kind of power. You need to figure out what is that. So for me personally, I believe authenticity is something that is like I truly believe in. What you think, what you speak, and what actions you take. If you're authentic enough in this, then people will start trusting you, people will start respecting you. So, this is something when you have that power, there is nobody who can challenge you, who can question you, who can, like, you build a connection with people only when you're authentic. So, you need to be grounded, you need to be compassionate when you are speaking to someone. Combine compassion along with the authority, so that becomes your personal power.
And why is it important that we own our personal power?
When you don't own your personal power, there will be other people who will start owning you. You need to have that power, otherwise you will be dependent on others. So you will start reacting instead of responding, and other people will start directing you on taking the decision, on making a decision. So you need to do this, you need to do that. Rather, if you know you're in a power, you know what is it that you're going to do, and you're going to respond to them and tell them that this is what I have decided and this is what I'm going to do. And when you do it, and show, people will trust you as well.
Are there any self beliefs that limits us from fully owning our personal power?
Yes, of course. So when you self-sabotage yourself, I see, a lot of men and women, and especially women, because of the Indian society, especially. So they feel that they are not good enough. They lack that self-worth. They feel that, oh, maybe I will not be able to manage money, or maybe I'll not be able to handle the house as well as the child, as well as go and do the job. So even if I take up this, maybe a course, will I be able to finish it? Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not beautiful enough. Maybe I cannot, handle all this kind of thing. So that low self-worth, that lack of self-esteem, also they don't know how to love themselves. They know how to give love, but they don't love themselves. When you don't have that kind of thing, and most of the mothers especially, they have a lot of guilt inside them when they're especially working. They feel that maybe I'm giving time to my child or no. So maybe I am focusing more on works, or maybe I am not giving time to my relationships. So all this kind of thoughts will lead you to, losing your personal power. So that this kind of thoughts, you need to try to work on them and make it your power, your strength, rather than being a weakness.
And are there any patterns that we follow in our behavior or in our thinking that really holds us back from fully owning our personal power?
Yes, when you go on talking negatively about yourself, so that negative self talk, whenever we want to do something, right? When you want to achieve something, when you want to maybe like, join a job, a new job, maybe you want to go somewhere out of your comfort zone, there will be, your mind will start chattering, oh, well, you don't have to do that, you are very comfortable here, everything is going on so smoothly, why do you have to get out of this comfort zone and go out? It is very difficult out there. People are very competitive out there, they might kind of make fun of you, you're not that good enough. So all this negative self-talk that you go on and on and on, mind is like very good in, trying to protect you. So when you have that kind of a talk within you, right? So that will kind of hinder you from, progressing wherever you want to go ahead. So that is very important. When you increase your self-worth, automatically all this negatives, you will know how to handle negative self-talk. So that is something that's important.
And in such scenarios, how do we bring about an alignment between what we are thinking, what we are doing, so we are able to build more confidence in ourselves?
So you need to follow certain practices. Like firstly, when you want to bring that connection, when you want to have that synchronization between your thoughts and actions, you need to see what is it that you can do. Whenever you're doing something, first check whether it is in your value system. So if you're joining a job, and you are more towards helping people, and your job is not in alignment with helping people, rather they are more focused on or just getting money or something like that, then your value system is different, right? So it will not be in synchronization with what you're wanting to achieve. So first thing is that. Secondly, you need to ensure that you have a clarity, you have a purpose. Why is it that you're doing what you are doing? Why is it that you're saying something? That are you able to do it? So all these things are important. When you do that, you need to self reflect and check every month that what you wanted to achieve, are you doing it? Are you in line? Are you being consistent on that? Are you working on yourself? So when you start self reflecting, being mindful, you will be able to be in alignment with your thoughts, with your words, with your actions. Mainly it is your value system. Whatever you do in life, ensure that is in alignment with your value system and belief system, so that everything will start showing up. Universe will help you that you are in the right path, it will tell you.
And how do we get to know about signals from universe?
Yeah, this is something very beautiful. I must say that I have universe supporting me all the time. So first thing is, when you start working on yourself, when you start meditating, when you start trusting yourself, when you start focusing on seeing what's happening around you, believe me, universe will send some signals. First is, you see angel feathers. Feathers are a sign that angels are around you. Maybe universe is trying to tell you something. Angel numbers, if you're aware of it, 111, 222, 333, they are trying to tell you something. If you are seeing the numbers and you start thinking, what was I thinking? Make a note of it. Make a note of it somewhere. Have it. Come back home and write, I was thinking something and I saw this number. And try to understand what were angels trying to tell me. So that is some way. Then maybe you're just walking. You find a coin. Again, universe is giving you some signal. Pick up the coin, say thank you. You need to kiss that coin and say thank you so much, universe. And then there are songs that might be playing in the background which will remind you of something. So all these things, sometimes what I do, I just sit and I'll be like, if this is the truth, then give me a signal. Maybe let me see a red car on the road, then I'll think you're saying a yes to me. So that is what happens. And sometimes um, like I'll be having no answer at all. I'll not be knowing what should I do next. I don't know how universe opens up. Somebody will come, somebody will help, somebody will offer me something. That has always worked. So there are a lot of signals. You should know how to identify it. Your life will change.
Beautiful, beautiful. And, in this journey of owning a personal power and transforming our life, how important is self-compassion, self-love?
Some people, right, they kind of go on beating themselves up whenever they are planning to do something. Like, for example, let's take exercise as an example. So when you're going to the gym also, right? They say 4 to 5 days in a week you should do. You should not do it 7 days a week, because your muscle needs to, regain back, because it would have got tone. So now what happens is, when a person says that I have to go to gym, there'll be like seven times I need to go in a week. And when they miss out one day, they will think about that one day more than the 6 days that they have gone. So what you need to do is, you need to celebrate at least, you are not going at all. If you're going 2 to 3 days in a week, you have to celebrate. Oh my God, I woke up and I went to the gym and I ensured that 2 to 3 days I did my workout. When you celebrate those small success, then you feel confident that I'll be able to do it. And the more and more you start, applauding for whatever you're doing, the more and more you start appreciating yourself. You need to appreciate your body, you need to appreciate the work you do, you need to appreciate every little things that you have around you. Just appreciate, keep appreciating, be grateful for whatever you have. Believe me, you will move into that this thing, that you will not self sabotage yourself. Be mindful, like, I am doing this today and I'm happy about doing this. Feminine energy is about resting also. So when you're resting, be mindful, I'm resting today and I'm enjoying this rest. It's not like, you're going on beating yourself up that I cannot rest. I have to go and work, including guilt. Some, like, as I told you, most of the mothers are guilty about their children. I'm pretty sure people who are at home all the time, they will be busy watching serials or doing some course. They might not give the amount of time that a working mom might give, because she will come back, she'll ensure 1 to 2 hours, she will give her full time to her child. So don't beat yourself up. And maybe the mothers who are at home, they might be dreaming about, like, I also want to go and work and have my own money. So everybody will have their own journey, their own problems. So come out of that self-sabotaging thoughts, be mindful on what you're doing, remove all this negative talks, and be very, 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 you cannot be positive all the time, but when you go negative, learn to recognize, acknowledge, come back to the positive state of mind.
This is good. Like when you have to catch yourself going into negative and then learn
Yes.
to recognize.
Yes, acknowledge that, yes, I'm being negative. I know I'm being negative. I'm not in the right state of mind right now. You want to cry, cry. You want to shout, shout. Acknowledge that you're feeling bad. You're not feeling good. Acknowledge it. And then take that time out for yourself. Slowly come back to, work on yourself. Come back to that state of mind.
Nice. Now, let's say if you can reflect back to a time period where you started this journey of your own personal transformation and where you are today. What do you see? Like how has this all reflection or the healing has helped you in your life?
Yeah, a lot I can say. So way back in 2019, I can say. So basically, I was very like a career oriented kind of girl. So I had a dream. I am into IT, and I had a dream that I want to be in a big company, and I was working in one of the biggest company in this world, and I was very happy. I was very focused. I gave more than 100% in that job. And due to you would have seen a lot of office politics, that is, they started pulling me down, and how I went down in my life. See, one thing will start affecting your entire life. So because of what was happening in the office, I started spoiling my relationships. Because of that, I started spoiling everything that was around me. So my health deteriorated, my emotional health deteriorated, my relationship was not very good. I had family, like I was planning to get married. That was also stuck. That was not happening. And then I lost the job. So once I lost the job, there were financial issues also. So everything together. And somehow I got into my spiritual journey at that point of time. I started working on myself a lot. I started healing myself. I learned from a healer. I learned a lot of healing techniques. I started healing myself. Universe started showing me the directions, and then I went on to become a life coach. I did a certification on becoming a life coach. That is when the transformation started happening. So I started working on myself, and then, to be very honest, I transformed my life. I got a job which gave me like 2 level of promotion. My salary was almost tripled. I moved to a different city. I got married. I was convincing from quite a long time to get married. And that point of time, I got married. I moved. So it was like my world totally changed. Like it was like a 360-degree shift, and my life completely transformed. And today it's like I know how to handle most of the things. Even though there will be times when I go down, I know how to come back into my power and handle things. So from here to taking that leap of faith and going through the life coaching, I'm right now here. It was that it is a lot of difference. If I go back to that time, I was a different person.
But in this journey, how would you say what was the role of intuition? And
Yeah, intuition is what? Intuition is nothing but your gut feeling. And every person has a gut feeling. It's like even if you go ask even a small child, they also will have that gut feeling. Everything looks beautiful, everything is flowery, but then you still feel that there's something not right over here. So that is your gut feeling speaking. So gut feeling will kind of tell you what is right, what is wrong. The only thing is you need to understand. When you tap into that energy, when you start working on yourself, you will try to understand that gut feeling that is speaking to you. There is a difference between your mind, your brain trying to protect you from getting into some discomfort, out of your comfort zone, and then the gut feeling which will tell you. So your mind, your brain will tell you not to go and work. Rather, sitting on the bed eating chips, watching movie is more comfortable than getting out in that sun and then going out and buying something and coming back. So that is your mind trying to protect you. But your gut feeling says if you go out, there's something that's gonna happen. So it's better to stay at home. So for today, maybe you can go it at a later stage. So that's your gut feeling speaking. Only thing is work on yourself and tap into the gut feeling. For me, it has played a major role. All of my decisions have been based on what my intuition says. Also, connect with that divine energy with whom you believe in, whichever God you believe in, or it's a point of light, or it's a cosmic energy. You be connected with that divine energy and do all the work by surrendering to that divine. Then you see how your life will change magically.
nice. And are there any specific habits or rituals that you're following on day-to-day basis for you to retain the personal power that you brought in?
Yeah, of course. So that's something which is major in my life. That is something that I do every day. So for me, it is my morning rituals as well as the rituals that I do before I go to bed. So whether, even if I am somebody, even if, something has to be missed, I don't miss my morning ritual. It's that important for me. So what I do is morning as soon as I wake up, so I do meditation. So for me, meditation is like grounding myself, shielding myself, and then being connected with the divine energy just to ensure that I'm charged up. If there are anything that is like, I want to talk to God and figure out what answers I want, that is where I connect with my divine energy and be with myself. And then I do a lot of affirmations. I do visualization in the morning. I do journaling where I write gratitude. I ensure I'm writing at least minimum of 5 gratitude every day. And then I have started writing money letters also because I was very good in attracting money. I was not very good with, so, handling the money. So I write money letters every day just to invite that money energy into, learn how to handle, Lakshmi. So that is what I do every other day. And post that, during the day. So as I told you, I keep connect connecting myself to the divine energy. So this allows me to, ensure that whatever situation comes up in the day, I know how to handle it by being poised, by being calm. And at night, you should never go with the negative thoughts. You would have gone through a lot of stress, a lot of things would have happened during the day. If you directly go to bed, right, it goes into your subconscious. And when it is in your subconscious, it's very difficult to, kind of heal that. So I ensure before going to bed, I kind of do a meditation again so that, I'm connected with that divine energy and I go to sleep very calmly. And I try to see where is it that what good did I do today that has made me a better person. I'll at least try to think. I'll at least try to write it down. I'll ensure that as I do. And also in the morning, one thing that I do is I'm also a oracle reader or oracle card reader as well as a tarot card reader. So I ensure I pick a card for the day just to ensure how my day is going to look like. And if I know that today is going to be like this, I'll ensure that, I am kind of calm about any situation that comes up during the day. So these are the rituals I do every day. That is like charging my battery.
Loved it. Thank you for sharing this, Rachna. Now, once you brought a new version of yourself, once you owned your power, how did this impact your personal relationship with your close friends, loved ones? Even you manifested marriage, but how has this transformation helped you on your personal level and also at your professional level?
Yeah. Somewhere, see, I did put the blame on everything else, but the reality was my inner transformation. So the moment professionally things went, haywire, because maybe I was not powerful enough from inside. The moment I started transforming myself, the moment things changed inside me, I had a lot of issues around the job, but I attracted the job very easily and I was not going behind. The job came behind me. That is how it happened. And in the personal relationship also, at that point of time, like he is my husband now, but at that point of time, we were like dating each other, and I wanted to get married, and then the families were had still not agreed, and then the way like everything just happened so smoothly because I transformed, and that energy just went on to all the people, and however the transformation they could feel it, and then that's how we also got married. And now I have whatever I have learned, I brought in this with my personal relationships as well as my professional relationships. So what really changed was I changed, and that's when everything started happening. And the major things that you need to follow is you need to communicate effectively. Like when you're communicating whatever it is, be very transparent with your partner, be very transparent with your family people, your parents or whoever it is, siblings. And you need to be transparent even when you're dealing with professional relationship. Be very authentic, as I told you. Lead by example. When I am telling that you need to change, I also need to change. And then when they look at me, they feel something has changed in her and they also change. And when you lead by example is one thing. And you should know, you should be a great boundary setter. Like you should know where to set what boundaries in your relationships as well as in your professional relationship. Otherwise, there will be a lot of people who will drag you here and there. And if you haven't worked on yourself, you will start following according to whatever they are saying, you will go down in life. So beautifully it has changed personal relationship as well as professional relationship.
And that's the power of healing and
Yes,
working
yes,
on ourselves.
yes, yes, of course. It brings in a transformation within you as well as you can see your surroundings changing. At least for your family, you need to work on yourself.
All these healing modalities that you've learned, how do you practice? Do you do it on regular basis on yourself? And when do you feel the need to again go back and do those practices?
Healing is something that like you do it once and then it will not remain forever. So there will be situations that will change. Like for example, for me before marriage, the situations were different. The things that I was working on was different. Then after marriage, there were some other situations that I had to work on. That point of time, I had different problems. Now I have different problems. So healing is a continuous process. You need to heal. You need to ensure that, you're kind of doing it again and again. So maybe, like, for example, let me take womb healing. So womb healing is something whenever something goes wrong, right? Like you are hurt. Maybe somebody said something, you are hurt. You are kind of holding back onto something. All that goes and gets stored in your womb. So if you don't heal your womb, if you don't cleanse your womb gets heavy. When your womb is heavy, you will start going down in your life. So you can get hurt any number of times in your life, today and after 10 days, after a month. So I don't do womb billing like every other day, but I ensure I'm doing it maybe once a week, or maybe once a month, when I feel that everything is going around good. Maybe once a month is good enough, but I try to mostly do all these healing mechanisms on a new moon and a full moon day, because the energy at that time is very different. Like when you do it, because I learn a lot of modalities, it's very difficult to make that time to do everything on one day. So maybe one new moon, maybe I'm working on my womb, and maybe I'm working on my ancestral healing. Maybe the full moon, I'll be working on manifestation. Maybe I'll be doing some other EFT tapping mechanism. EFT tapping, I keep doing it whenever required. Shamanic healing, I do it every day. So I meet my soul, I'll ask the soul, how are you today? So it's that. So it's that, but it depends. Whichever is required every day, I'll do every day. Whichever I feel is required once in a while, I'll do it once in a while. But new moon and full moon, you need to take the entire power of it. That has got the major power to let go of things and to manifest things.
I I think this new moon and full moon is really a strong concept that is coming out. Our ancestors knew this. So there is spiritual ritual also around those days, which I think it's somewhere lost.
Our ancestors knew everything and they were doing it according to what is required. But as and when things became more modernized, we kind of forgot about what they were doing, and we started feeling it that's very religious. But they were doing it because of some reason, and now we are trying to understand. Okay, it has some kind of a power. That is why we have to do, and we are doing it like, okay, we have to do it and we have to do it. But they knew everything.
We are blessed to be in country where there's so much of knowledge.
Yes, yes, of course. India is beautiful. In India, a lot of people know a lot of, this kind of healing, because women were like magicians at that time. They were the ones who used to find the medicine, they were the ones who used to heal the people in their families, right? It's just that it's all just lost.
I really admire you learning all these techniques and helping people. It is definitely going to have a wider impact. Like not the individual who is getting benefited out of this technique, but also every individual that healed person is connecting with.
Yes, the more people are healed, the more beautiful families, the more the world will become a beautiful place to live in. If you see now a lot of wars, COVID, people are in depression, people are committing suicide. It just hurts when I see when people commit suicide. I just feel, what if I could have made some difference in their life? So I really, really want people to learn healing, to become somebody who can help others. So out of passion, out of like a job, just ensure that we are helping people who are around us, so that you don't know what your neighbor is going through. Just if somebody can help, maybe you never know, you might be changing so many lives.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing, making me and also the audience aware of power of healing and how it can benefit us. It is not very tangible, but yes, it has wrought much impact in our life, in our the way we interact with people. And we could even feel the difference, the older version and the newer version.
Yes, yes, and even people around you will feel it, and they will also start changing, and that's when you know that you are right.
Thank you, Rachna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was lovely, lovely coming onto your show. And it was so good that, I could at least give whatever I know, that knowledge. And I just want people to be at peace and love themselves a lot.